Hello students, welcome back to the lecture series on research methodology. This is Dr. Ram Singh. Let's move ahead. Today we are going to discuss the next parametric test, that is paired sample t-test. In previous lecture, we have already discussed about independent sample t-test. We have discussed that we are having two types of tests, that is parametric test and non-parametric test. And we have started with parametric test. In that we have started with the very basic test, that is t-test, that is used for comparing the means of the respondents, that is used to know whether there is a significant difference between the two respondents or not, right? So in independent sample t-test we have discussed that there are two different set of respondents are there, and we try to find out if there is any mean difference between them or not. But in paired sample t-test, we look for before and after the treatment on the same respondent. Let us try to understand this point. In previous lecture, I have already discussed. Just over here, I am just going to discuss this point. Yes. Let's say we are having the set of respondents, right? And they undergo the certain treatment, right? And after the treatment, whether the treatment is having any significant impact on the respondents or not, we try to know this impact by the help of this paired sample t-test. So the point that should be taken care of, that here the sample respondents are always same. Respondents are same respondents, right? Now these are the respondents, same respondents are there, and these are the respondents before treatment, and these are the respondents, the same respondent after treatment, right? So yes, I mean, let's say these are respondent R1 before treatment. The respondents will remain the same. Here the respondent will be R2 after treatment. R1 after treatment. Respondents are the same, right? Yes, respondents are the same. Therefore, I have used the same notation, that is R1 and R1, because respondents are same. R1 before treatment and R1 after treatment, right? So the set of respondents is always the same. So this point should be taken care of, that we will be having same set of respondents, right? So I think that this is clear, that when we use paired sample t-test, we use paired sample t-test when we want to look the impact of any treatment on the respondents. Then we use paired sample t-test. Here the respondents are same, right? Let's take the example that, let's say that these are the set of students, right? And they undergo certain training program. So they undergo certain training programs, and finally we will be having the output, whether this training program is having the impact on these students or not. So here we use paired sample t-test. Now just let's have a look on the example that we are going to discuss over here. A physician is evaluating a new diet for her patient with a family history of heart disease. To test the effectiveness of this diet, 16 patients are placed on the diet for 6 months, and their weights and triglyceride levels are measured before and after the study. and the physician want to know if there is either set of measurement has changed or not. So here we want to know the impact of that particular diet, changing diet on triglyceride levels and weight of the patients. So here again we use paired t-test. In this case I have taken from ibm.com and the file that is dietstudy.scv, where we have already discussed that how to access the sample file in SPSS, so you can go to that video. So let's move to my SPSS screen. This is my data set, right? Now let's look at how we go for that. So we want to know the what will be the impact on triglyceride level and weight, and this is the data. TG0 is before and TG4 is after the diet level, right? Similarly, WGT0 is the weight before the diet, and WGT4 is the weight after the change in diet. So we want to know whether there is a significant change in their triglyceride level and the weight or not. So I will go to analyze, compare mean, paired sample t-test, put triglyceride and final triglyceride over here, then weight and final weight over here, right? Press OK. Yes. Now these are our results. So you can see that triglyceride level, we are finding the change in the mean, right? Decrease in the mean, and in weight we are also finding the decrease in the mean. But whether they are statistically significant or not, so we will move to this table. So here you can see the table of correlations. So you can see again the correlation is not significant, as the value is greater than 0.283, and moreover it is minus 0.286. So here the significant is not correlation between after and final level of triglyceride not significant. And in second pair, that is weight and final weight, yes it is 0.996, yes it is significant, and statistically significant the value is less than 0.05. Now coming on this table, so in this table we can see again we will see the same thing, that is p-value. So here you can see the p-value is greater than 0.05, therefore it is not significant. So we can say that yes, the level there is no significant impact on the level of triglyceride. But in case of second pair, that is weight, so here you can see that the value is of the p is you can see the value of p is less than 0.05, and so it is significant, right? So we can conclude our result as there is no significant impact of diet is seen on the level of triglyceride as p-value is greater than 0.05, but there is significant impact on the weight. There is a significant impact of diet on the weight is observed as p-value is less than 0.05, with T equal to 11.175. So here you can make the interpretation like this, right? So this is your how you interpret the result. So there is no significant impact of diet is seen on the level of triglyceride as p-value is greater than 0.05, but there is significant impact diet on the weight is observed as p-value is with T equal to 11.175. So this is how we conduct paired sample t-test using SPSS, how we interpret the result. So thank you students, see you in the next lecture.